Welcome to Season 7 of Situations, the podcast, where real people talk about real life situations. This season, we're turning up the heat with deeper conversations, raw truth, and the kind of topics everyone's thinking, but nobody's saying.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
How you guys doing out there today? Tiana, how you feel today?
I feel great. We missed y'all. We made it on back.
I know, right? Yeah, once again, we've been having some technical difficulties, but hopefully today we got everything situated and we're back to normal. So we finally be able to get this episode to you guys. Tiana, you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. Today we're going to talk about something that most people are afraid to touch on, but we're going to talk about it today, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk
Oh my
about
goodness.
dick-matized, okay? And I'm pretty sure everybody know what that
Ooh,
means.
child.
I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know what that means. So we're gonna kind of touch on that today. So you ready, Tiana? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. You look a little
Yes.
I don't know if you're ready yet. Now you look a little bit like you're not ready yet.
I'm ready. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start out like this. Why do people mistake great sex for
Okay.
real love? Why do you
Because
think
they're
that?
getting a hit of that dopamine. Like they're getting all the feels of it.
Okay.
Because they in the Lulu land. That's why.
Okay. Well, I say,
I just think they mask it.
right. Well, I say because, I think good sex make bad decisions feel right. And on top of that, it floods the
Right.
body with emotions that your heart don't agree with. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yes,
That makes sense?
it does.
Okay. All
It
right. I just
does.
wanted
And
to make sure that made sense because
that's why I be saying, like, people.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, when they be like, if you really want to get to know somebody, withhold from sex, just right off the bat. Because it clouds your judgment. Now
Right.
you feeling all good, you digmatized, as they say, and you not making clear decisions that you probably wouldn't have made if you wouldn't have slept with the man or the woman up front.
Right. Right. So, well, let me ask you this. Do you think true love, do you think you can truly love someone you only connect with physically?
No.
So, why would you say no? Why would you think no?
Soon as somebody gets sick or something happen or whatever, now the dynamic in all the fields change.
Okay.
But if you genuinely get to know somebody and you like them and you're committed to being there, then if something's happened, sexually, or maybe somebody has surgery or anything that prohibits, from having that sexual activity, you're not ready to jump ship.
Okay. Makes sense. But with that being said, why do you think people stay in toxic relationships when the sex is, when the sex is good?
Because they deflecting from the stuff that they should be really doing too. Because they toxic. That's why.
Okay.
They not thinking about the morality, the integrity, things that they should be doing that's actually important and focusing on.
Right.
They trapped into Lulu land. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You're
And when
right.
you get somebody that's on board with you, now y'all both just going back and forth doing toxic stuff.
Right. And also too, I think the body gets addicted. Like you said, it's like that dopamine. You get that hit,
For sure.
and this, what I'm saying, sometimes that's all it takes. You know, but
For
it's
sure.
happening though. You know what I'm saying? This is reality. It's reality.
It is.
So, do you think sex is being used as a band-aid or like a broken connection?
Both.
Okay.
Because you can connect with people over all type of trauma bonds and stuff like that.
Right.
And
Right.
normally when somebody's getting out of a relationship, they hop, they be talking about, the women say the best way to get over one man is get under another one. And the men, a lot of them don't really take time to heal, so they just go on to the next two. So
Right.
it's like nobody have unpacked, all the baggage. Nobody have dealt with the hurt and the pain that they feel, and they just want to feel better.
Right.
And that's the instant way of doing it.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that because a lot of times too, a lot of people they don't want to talk through the issue. They try to fuck through the issue, and sometimes that's not the best way to go about it. Well, I don't think
Yeah.
there's no time. That's not right. Period. You have to discuss these issues. You have to get these issues, put these issues on the
It's
table.
not.
Once you put the
Right.
issues on the table, then you better deal with them
Right.
up front. Just having sex and thinking it's gonna make
Right.
it better is not. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
It's not. It's not. And then the person didn't even change. You didn't even give time to see a consistent change. It's just we having makeup sex. Nah, y'all just reconnected again sexually. Everything else is still the same.
Right. Right. Well, let me ask this. Let me pose this question. Do you think
Okay.
bad sex can ruin a great relationship?
Absolutely. It can.
Okay.
Because there's a blockage somewhere. Or, if somebody's too anxious or excited or got something medically going on, or just really not, it's not that real connection with their partner. It's like, that's why you just have to be honest. You have to have these conversations, and a safe space has to be provided on both sides for the person to open up. Because you could just have sex, or you really could make love and connect to a person if that's what you want to do, if you want it to be real.
Right. Okay. I can agree with that. It makes sense because I know you can love somebody deeply, but if there's no sexual energy, that bond that you guys had,
Right.
it dry out fast. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I can totally agree
It
with that.
does.
Right. I agree with that. Okay, let me
And
ask you
that's
this
why I'm like,
then.
for people, if whatever your non-negotiables.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
Mhm.
Finish your statement.
I'm just gonna say, whatever your non-negotiables are, or if sex is, at the top of your list or in your top five or whatever, then be honest up front with that. You know,
Right.
if you have a woman, you complaining all the time, or you notice patterns in their first 6 months or whatever, you might need to dip out. I mean, and it's not just based off sex, but it's like you're coming into this. That's what I don't understand. People be wanting you to be committed to one person, and then you got to accept all the stuff that they wasn't honest about. Not me. I'm sorry. Call it whatever you wanted. I'm getting the hell up out of there. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Right.
I
So
gotta go.
so let me say this. Do women fall for men that touch them in the right place, or how he treat them?
For me, it's both.
Okay.
All that toxic stuff is just being touched in the right place.
Okay.
Cause I'm like, if you just calling me, you only want to have sex. That's not gonna keep me with you. I'm gonna start looking at you sideways, and I'm gonna be like, nope, this ain't it. Cause what the hell he think this is? This ain't the move.
Right.
That's
Okay.
because I'm looking for more than just sex. But for somebody that's looking for a sneaky link or whatever, this and that, I just feel people be out here being delusional. They'll say they don't want no commitment, they don't want no attachments. It's still a commitment. So if you've been a sneaky link for 5 years, you in a whole relationship, fool.
Right.
Like you done committed for 5 years.
Right. Right.
I mean, did you?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I gotta
Talking
agree
about
with you.
I've been dealing with this person for 20 years. Baby, you've been in a 20-year side piece relationship. That's what that is.
Right. That's wild. Yeah.
It is. And you know what's even more wild? People will be in relationships and having side relationships going on. I'm coming home. I'm wondering why you moping on the couch. You moping because your side piece girlfriend mad at you. Boy, if you don't get the hell up out of here before I bop your ass.
Ah, shit.
For
Oh,
real. I'm trying to be caring and consoling and be empathetic. Babe, what's wrong or whatever all along? This happened to hurt your feelings. If you don't get up out of here, I'm thinking something really wrong with you. You don't get your ass out of here.
Oh my God. You do.
He lied to me that I miss my grandma. You finna go meet your grandma. That's
uh,
where you going. You gonna be leaving out of this living room and going to the upper room. Keep on playing.
uh, let me say this, but let me ask you this though. Do you think a woman
Okay.
do you think a woman can sleep with someone for months and there's no feelings attached?
Nope. No.
Explain that.
If she
Explain why
is,
you
she's
say no.
suppressing something. And guess what? When she find because we're not wired that way. She
Okay.
just shutting down. So for these women out here saying we could do it like the men do it, and we out here in these streets, we outside and all this and that, that's untrue because soon as you get the person that you really, really like, or say for instance, the person that you're dealing with, they start liking somebody else, so you get wind of there's another woman in the picture. All of them feelings, emotions gonna come pouring out at once, and you finna crash and burn.
Right. Right. I'm going to say the same
Or
thing
like
pretty
I
much.
said,
I'm going to say,
when they
yeah,
finally
you can,
get somebody that they really like,
right.
then it's gonna mess it up
Right.
because they've been suppressing stuff and not being honest about their feelings and stuff like that, and they're gonna sabotage it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I say, people can try that. That don't necessarily mean it's going to work, because I know for certain your body keeps score. And
Right.
at some point, somebody going to catch some
Yeah.
real feelings. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
not going to always be the case. Somebody,
Yeah.
at some point, somebody's going to catch feelings. You could be trying to sleep with a person, just be sleep with them. But at some point, either that man going to catch feelings or that woman going to
Right.
catch feelings. One or the other. Somebody's going to catch feelings. And I know that's a fact.
Right.
With that being said, though, why do you think people go back to the people that they swore off, though? They
Mm-hmm.
say, I swear I'm not messing with him no more, or I'm not messing with her no more. Why do you think they end up going back to that relationship?
Because it's a comfort zone. They're comfortable there. So instead of taking the time to heal and hurt and treading in that territory, which you're going to come out being even better as a person, clarity, feeling whole and complete or whatever. People don't like starting new things. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they've been stuck in a routine for years. So they just deal with it. But at least I know his BS. I might get with somebody new. They might cheat too, and I don't know nothing about him. At least I know his routines and how he do stuff or whatever. And they didn't psych themselves up that they're okay with that. You a damn fool.
Right. Well, I agree with that because I think people do it because they miss the high. They don't miss the person. They miss that rush that they was getting when they was with that person. I think that's what make people keep going back to the people that they swore off.
But something it does, but something in them is not healed because why you don't think you can have it all? You can have love, you can have the great sex, you can have the the excitement, all of that.
Right.
But see, that's the part that people don't understand. You have to put effort in it. You can have the date nights and be like, the woman can show up in the trench coat and tell the man to meet her at the hotel or at the bar lobby and they have some drinks or act like they don't know each other. You can do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or meet me over here or let's go up in here. Then the people looking like y'all don't know each other, but y'all do. I mean, it's so many things that you can do to keep the spice and keep the excitement in your relationship, but you have to do that. It ain't all of it's work. People be trying to cut corners and skip steps. It's all work.
Right, absolutely. But let me say this though. But why do you think so many people confuse lust with loyalty? Because that plays a big factor as well.
You're right. If they with that person, the loyalty is there, and it's not. It's just lust.
Okay. Like your camera's freezing up.
Can friendship, trauma bonds, like I said, anything or whatever, and I had to look at that in certain relationships in my life and was like, just saying I'm loyal to a fault. That doesn't necessarily people mean that people are your true friends or real friends because you grew up with them and you've been around them for 30 years. You see what I'm saying? But you being loyal, but they keep you in bad, making bad decisions and chaos. That's not good for you, but it's just what you're used to. So you're looking at it like loyalty, and it's not.
Right.
But you bonded with them in the first place because maybe something was dysfunctional at home,
Right.
And now you outside and you feel like because you was seen and you was heard that you got to be loyal to that. It's like you being loyal to the bare minimum or below bare minimum. No.
But do you think great sex can blind you from seeing red flags?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, I agree. Because I know sometimes people have the tendency to overlook those red flags because they're being satisfied sexually. They're being pleased sexually. So they have the tendency to overlook those red flags. So yeah, I can agree with that. Hold on. Stay tuned, Theon. Hold on.
Well, they already
Attention
go
all
on the
creators
notion
and
of
business owners. Are you a clothing designer, music artist, entrepreneur, or brand owner looking to get your name out there? Here's your chance to be featured on Situations the Podcast, the platform that shines a spotlight on real people, real stories, and real success. Get promoted, get seen, and connect with a growing audience that supports movers and dreamers like you. We're also looking for sponsors ready to grow with us and be part of the movement. Tap in today. Let's make your situation go viral.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your statement.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay. But okay. So this is like a part 2 question I got. Why do you think people cheat
Okay.
when they're in love then?
Because to me, they got with somebody and they're really not happy at home, or it's something within them. Sometimes it don't even be the other person and be them.
Okay.
They be having voids, you know what I'm saying? And they be looking for ways to fill them.
Okay.
Or, sometimes men, they get with women that are safe, but then they go get the freak outside or whatever. But it's like, if you want that, then why not just try to find a person that possess all of that?
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
what be confusing to me.
Okay. We gotta.
Like, a woman don't have to be a hoe or out in the street because she's pleasing you. You know what I'm saying? It could be a woman doing it.
Right. Okay. We got None of your biz. How you doing? None of your biz. None of your biz in the chat. She said, "Good afternoon, Tiana and Kelvin. You
Hey,
look really
girl.
pretty, girl." She said she loved that hair.
Thank you.
Okay. I can agree with that because I was going to say because they're emotionally satisfied and physically curious. So they want that new energy without the
Right.
responsibility. I think that's my take on it.
Right.
So so you
I
you
can
are
agree
correct
with
on what
that.
your statement too. So say it again.
But then they catch feelings in that too. I said, but then they catch feelings in there too. And that goes back to when they sitting on the couch. Now, when the outside person start doing stuff, or if they go out and they see them or they friends calling them talking about she with another man, now he mad. Baby, you got a whole wife or you in a whole relationship at home. How the hell is you mad at outside people?
Uh, yeah, I can agree. I agree with you. But with that being said, do you think sex energy is more powerful than emotional love?
If you keep doing it and you put it at the forefront, it definitely can be.
Okay, I agree with that because I know for
But
certain
then
that sexual
a lot of
energy.
people think that the person, if they have someone,
Go ahead, Tiana.
no, I was just gonna say they may feel like, well, this is my forever person and they always gonna be there. So let me go and have my fun now.
Right. Well, I do know that you know sexual energy can control the mind, the body, and the emotions. It's like, to me, I think it's like a drug with a heartbeat. Because if they're being
It is.
satisfied, if that partner whomever you're with is being satisfied, like you said, some attachments is going to come
Mm-hmm.
with that, and
Right.
and that can be damaging. To some that can be damaging. You
Yes.
agree or disagree with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
All right. So let me say this then. Excuse me. What do you think is most dangerous? Being digmatized or emotionally attached?
I say the emotional connection because you could be emotionally connected to somebody forever without sex involved.
Okay. I agree with that. But with that being said though, why do you think people that that friends with benefits title, why do you think people with their friends with benefits can stay think they can stay emotionless?
Because they delusional. They have the emotions. That's why they keep going back to that particular person. Because
Okay.
if they didn't care, it would be a wham bam, okay, we did what we did, and that's it.
Right. Okay. You know, that makes sense. I was trying to I was trying to make an observation with that, with that question, but we all know what that's about. That friends with benefits. That just, like you say, that's just one of those pleasurable moments. Here and there. I think that's what that's all about. But
it's still an emotional connection.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because
it is emotional connection,
you
because
see what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't, then why don't they just go be with somebody else then? They keep calling that one particular person back. That's what I'm saying. It turns into a relationship.
Right. Okay. I agree with that. But I want to ask you this though. And we both can, I think we've touched bases on this before. How people use sex as control. Do you think that really happens?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If it's a friends with benefit situation, the man could say, well, if you don't do this or just be committed to me or, come when I call you, then I'm going to cut you off. And a lady would say, if you don't give me this or this and that or whatever, I'm going to tell your wife we've been having sex such and such long or this and that. So it could be used as control on both parties, depending on whatever they're getting out of it.
Right. I agree with that. Because I think, it's definitely a form of control, because like you say, people withhold it. They giving it, they teasing you with it. It's an emotional manipulation.
Right.
Matter of fact, I think it's emotional manipulation in lingerie. That's what that is. You being teased, but it's not being given.
Pretty much.
Right. So
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
But so at this point, why do you think a lot of people open up after the sex act?
Maybe because they feel like they may not know it, but you really didn't share your soul with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Without words. You did it with physical touch.
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with that 100%. When you intimate with someone and those souls intertwine, that's like, that's damn near like a bond. That's like a bond you and that individual share.
It is.
When those souls intertwine like that, when those fluids exchange, and it's like, that's like a bond that is almost like a bond that can never be broken. That's like a bond that can never be broken.
You can break it, but you have to pray and ask God to remove it. Like your soul that soul tie has to be broken. Because that's why when you get with somebody else, you'll still be thinking about the person because your soul's still connected to them. Right. That's what haven't you heard when we was in high school, even when they was talking about sex education and condom, they always say, you slept with everybody that they slept with.
Right.
They used to tell us that when we was in high school. That's true. Because you got to disconnect your soul from that person.
But I mean, it may sound easy, but for some people, it's not that easy. Because now here comes the comparison. You're no longer with that person.
It's a spiritual thing. It's not physical.
No, but what I'm saying,
exactly. That's why I'm like, it's not a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing.
Right. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, when you with someone physically, right, and you become dick-matized, right. Okay, now something happened down the road, you're no longer with this person. Now you move on to someone else.
Right.
Now here comes the comparison. Now your new person is not doing it like the old person was. Or when you're in that sex position or you're in that sex act, you're thinking about the previous person that made you feel a certain way. But now your new person not making you feel that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's like a bond that can't be broken, because that's gonna always play back in your mental. You know, your
Yeah.
mental gonna always withhold that information. That information is never going anywhere. Dwayne Holiday. It's an emotional element that can lead to something serious and dangerous. You create soul ties. Absolutely, Dwayne. Absolutely. 100%.
Right.
100%. Um. So let me ask you this then. Why do you think people stay with? Why do you think some people stay? Wait, let me see how I want to phrase this. Okay, let me ask you this. Why do you stay with someone that you don't trust just because the sex is untamed?
Because something is broken in you. It's something else that before you even got with them that wasn't healed.
Okay.
And you're used to chaos. You're used to dysfunction. You're used to manipulation or not, you know what I'm saying? Everything being on the up and up. So this feels right at home for you.
Right. Do you think that's something normal? Do you think a lot of people is experiencing this?
Yeah, because if you go back to a household where there was dysfunction, or one of the parents wasn't present in the home, or maybe there was dysfunction in the home with both of the parents, or people was lying, people was cheating, it was fights in the home, whatever the case may be that caused the dysfunction, that was their knowing because they lived it every day of their life. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just almost kind of like you come in contact with a familiarity or a familiar spirit, and it's like, oh, this is right for me. No, you need to deal with that other stuff and start being around some healthy, happy energy and people to know what it feels like to be loved in a correct and healthy way. And then you'll be able to spot the red flag and you won't keep on being one.
Right. But let me say this. Do you think great sex can actually destroy a person's standards?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because all of everything that you remember, that Tyler Perry movie, uh Temptation or whatever it was.
Right.
She was with the guy. They had been together since they was like 5 or 6 years old or whatever, you know, married, all that or whatever, but it was like it was a routine and it was boring to her or whatever. Then she got with the other guy, who had all this and that, the jets, the planes, got her the fancy clothes and all that. They start fighting, being on drugs, everything like that, sex being crazy. All that was dysfunction and chaos. And then she ended up having HIV. You know what I'm saying? It was like you gave your whole life away because you thought the grass was green on the other side when it actually was worse.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Okay, hold on one second.
Warning: this show contains strong opinions and explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay. But with people like that say sex isn't everything,
Mm-hmm.
but then they act like it is. What do you say to people like that, though?
That's all. I said it earlier. It's like people just need to be honest about what they feel, what they want, and stand on that. You know what I'm saying? If it's important to you, then say it is.
Right.
If it's not, then it's not. For me, it's important. But I mean, if I'm with you and I love you, I'm not gonna leave you. You know what I'm saying? If something happened or whatever. But if we starting out and it's terrible, or whatever, and you can't get it together, I'm not sticking around for that.
Okay. So that kind of leads into that. What you
I'm
just
not.
said, that
I know
kind of
that
leads
about
into my
myself.
next
So
question. I was gonna say, is it possible to love someone?
okay.
Do you think it's possible to love someone but hate their energy?
No.
Okay.
No, because for me, the energy is everything. When the energy is off, everything gonna be off.
Absolutely. 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 I totally agree with that 100%. Everything is based off the energy. You know, what you put out is
Right.
it makes it, what you put out as far as your energy. If you're putting out bad energy,
Right.
then quite naturally you're going to get that bad energy back. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You know,
Right.
if your energy is off,
Right.
then everything else is thrown completely off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I truly hate. I
Right.
hate, and I know hate is a strong word, but I hate when a person has bad
Yeah.
energy. You know, that rubs me the wrong way real fast.
Me too.
You know, that rubs me the wrong way real fast.
And that's what I'm
That
saying.
yeah, that's the fast way to get rid of
If it
me.
doesn't, something is wrong with you. But that's what I'm saying, because you know what a healthy environment and love is. You know what I'm saying? You love yourself first. So you're not going to be dealing with no anything. Haven't you
Right,
heard, like, okay, when it be like the relationship with a man be talking about, this my bottom B, this my down B, she been through everything with me. That's not love. Why do I gotta go through hell and back 50 times over for you to finally choose me and say you love me? Nigga, ain't nobody sticking around for all of that.
right, right,
No, you supposed to start out loving the correct way. I don't have to jump through loops and hoops and go through you being in jail 50 years, you messing with 20 different women, having outside babies, doing all it, and then you finally say, well, this my ride or die right here. She damn
right,
near dead.
right. You're absolutely right.
And for her, like, what in you is making you stay? Like, that you got to keep being verbally abused, physically, and all that manipulated, demeaned, putting through all these different tests and trials. There are unhappy or healthy, and you still feel like you need to stay.
Right.
No, stop trying to fix broken people and work on your own damn self. I mean, for real.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. It needed to be said. It needed to be said, and I'm glad you was the one that said
Yeah.
it. It was coming from a woman perspective. You know, I'm.
Yeah.
It had to be said. It had to be said. So in this generation, the generation that we're living in now,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think is stronger,
Mm-hmm.
love or lust?
Lust. Because they want everything instant. They see everything played out in the movie in front of their eyes on social media and all the glitz and the glam or whatever.
Right.
Sometimes with love, you know what I'm saying, love will have you enduring some things. I'm not saying just stay somewhere and be physically and mentally abused and mistreated, but it may be a trial. Somebody may lose their job,
Right.
somebody may need you to, pour into them or whatever, and just love them, you know, genuinely and stuff like that. That's fine. But all that other dysfunction and chaos and stuff like that, that's not love. You
Right. I
shouldn't even be
agree.
trying to get into no relationship if you're not healed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
with the younger generation, they don't. Love takes too much work. I like you. You like me. I look like a baddie. You got money or whatever. Boom, we about to link up, and that's it. And that's my boo. No,
Right.
that'll never be love.
They just don't know
But I mean,
it.
if both of them have the same mindset and that works for them, then fine. That'll never work for me.
Right. I mean, with that scenario that scenario you just played out, it's too many steps have been missed. You know, too many important
Right.
steps have been missed. You know, he looked good, he got a few dollars,
But
he
that's what
this,
I'm
he that.
saying. But
You
that's
know,
what love. Right. But
but
love requires that. They don't want that. They want the instant oatmeal right now. They don't want to go in with instructions or ingredients or read to see if it's healthy for them. Is it good for them? Is it any side effects? They just like give it to me and then they swallow it down.
oh,
And
now,
then when they all tore up and all of that, that's what they calling them now, crash outs. You
right.
having a whole mental breakdown, a crash out.
You're absolutely right. None of your beard says lust. Yeah, we agree with you. It's definitely what it is,
Absolutely.
lust.
Yeah.
And then they be wondering, you know, what's wrong, or why she acting this way, or why he acting this way, you know. And that's when it actually hit him. It hit him at that point in time.
It was at this moment
Absolutely.
he knew he fucked up.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Wow, that's pretty much all I have for today, Tiana. You know, I kind of figured it was going to be a breeze for us. And
because guess what? It's not no long drawn out thing. It's either you're gonna do the steps and build something solid and have some love, or you're gonna be out here in delusion and lust. It's not no long topic to talk about. Because
Right.
that's what it is. It's either happening or it's not.
right, absolutely. I just say either it is or it isn't. One of the two. There's no in betweens.
Exactly. Right.
There's no in betweens.
No.
Okay, I want to say this before I forget as well. I almost forgot. But to our people that's been tuned in with us and have been loyal to Situations the podcast, I want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in every week. Once again, I want to apologize about the last few weeks of technical difficulties that we had. We had a few issues today, but it seemed like they worked themselves out. So I just want to say thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys for always tuning in every week. But we are about to drop an extension of Situations the podcast. Okay, Situations the podcast, you already know the type of topics we discuss on Situations the podcast. But our sister station, our sister channel will be Situations After Dark. So y'all know what that means. You know which direction we're getting ready to head in with Situations After Dark. Situations After Dark going to be a little more mature content, a little more mature. I would advise you, if you're not over 18, don't subscribe to this channel. 18 and over only. So for those of you that's tuned in right now, that's tuned in with us, we ask that you get over to Situations After Dark on YouTube. And Situations After Dark, that podcast will be launching here real soon, real soon. And all I can say is, be ready. Be ready.
Buckle up.
I swear.
Buckle
ready.
up.
Because it's about to go down. So for all you guys, all you mature individuals out there that only think about certain things but afraid to say it out loud, we finna give you all a platform to say it out loud. And it's going to be a safe place. So if you feel you want to, something you want to discuss or something you want to talk to us about, Situations After Dark. Right. Make sure you guys, like I said, make sure you guys get over to that YouTube channel, Situations After Dark, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, because there's no us without you. Okay.
Absolutely.
Tiana, anything you want to say? Anything you want to add?
Yeah. Just like to tell everybody, thank y'all for, the constant support and, sticking with us through these different, trials that we've been having on with the technical difficulties, and just staying in tune and engaging. Because like he said, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And I just really look forward to continuing a relationship and more engagement, and, just respecting your thoughts and opinions on things too. And furthermore, if you guys do have some topics that you would like to discuss, feel free to just let us know, so we can tap into that too.
Absolutely. Or if you feel you may want to be a guest and discuss a topic, you're more than welcome to do so. Just let us know.
Right.
Come reach out to us and tell us what you got. Let us dissect it, and we'll bring you on as a guest. None of your beers say so explicit.
Right. Come on, sit in that hot seat.
Right. None of your beers say so explicit. Well, none of your beers like. let me say this. Situation After Dark is just what it means. Situations After Dark, where grown folks meet. So You grown. Make sure you get on over to Situations After Dark and make sure you hit that subscribe button and come on and talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down because it's going to get a little spicy, but we're grown adults. So I feel that we should be able to talk about things like this because, like I say, most people only dream about certain things and without saying them out loud. But on Situations After Dark, we're not only going to dream about these things, we're going to talk about these things. We're going to talk about these things out loud and openly, you know, and we're going to be honest, you know. So if this is some content that you think you would like to hear and be part of, by all means, feel free to get over there and subscribe and come on, be part of the family. Come on, let's extend our family. That's basically what we're doing because you're family already, you know. So let's extend the family. You know, we adding a tree. We planting another tree to the tree that we already have. So once again, Situations After Dark coming soon. We would definitely keep you guys updated about that on the day we're gonna be dropping our first episode of that. Okay. Other than that, Deanna, I think that's about all we have. Oh, you know what? Before we go, let me say this. Now, we all know Deanna is the co-host of Situations, the podcast. When Situations After Dark drop, I want you guys to be the first to know Deanna is not going anywhere. Deanna is still going to be the co-host of Situations, the podcast. She probably won't be the co-host of Situations After Dark because there's other things that she's doing. So I don't want people to think that, oh, where's Deanna? We have a new co-host for Situations After Dark. So I want to put that information out there first because I don't want people to think, where's Deanna? Deanna's going to be right here with us every Sunday. She's going to be sitting right here next to me every Sunday.
Working my 11 jobs.
Right. So she might make an appearance. She might tap in and make an appearance on Situations After Dark, but she will not be co-hosting Situations After Dark. Okay. So I just kind of want to put that information out there because I don't want people to think that something went wrong or, you know, how people start making speculations and, you know what I'm saying? People, oh, something must have happened and she not doing it. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Okay. These are things that we've discussed already. These are things that we've talked about already. And before Situations After Dark even became a thought process, the first thing I did was I ran it by her first. She always got the first option. You know, I made sure of that. So I don't want rumors to be spreaded. You know how people do. So that's not the case. She will be still here with us every Sunday. But we will keep you guys posted on our lunch date for Situations After Dark. And we'll keep you guys in tune with, you know, when that's due to drop. Okay. So Deanna, I just want to make sure I got that out there because I know you know how people are. People take a narrative. You know, they so used to seeing you on Sundays and then come Situations After Dark, they don't see you no more. They'll be like, well, what happened? Where's she at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to put that out there and nip it in the bud before it even get started. I want to get ahead of the game, you know, so there you have it. But once again, I want to say thank you guys for rocking with us every week. And we couldn't do this without you guys. So I just want to say thank you and make sure you guys get over to Situations After Dark. Make sure you tap in with us over there. You can get over there and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. That way you'll be informed every time we drop new content over there. Okay. And then that way y'all can see who the co-host for Situations After Dark would be. Y'all can see that too. That's coming soon. That reveal coming soon as well. Deanna, anything else you want to add?
Nope. Just everybody have an amazing Sunday. Stay safe. Give love, light. Be prosperous, and just, have an amazing day in life. That's all I got.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. We look forward to seeing you guys next week for another amazing episode of Situations, the podcast.